He's coming. He's just running a little late. So you've got me for the next 5-10 minutes, depending. We'll see. So first, I wanted to say hello to everybody. If you don't know who I am, my name's right there. Oh, wait, nope, right there, down there. So yeah, first time here, hoping for some lessons on how to adult. Well, you've come to the right place because adulting is what we do. Sorry, I was eating cereal. I'm still an adult, I promise. So yeah, hey everybody, Ao, Jacqueline, Johnny B, Tony Williams, who is that guy? William Robson, aka Jedi Master, the Wolf. Yeah, guys, so good day today. Futures ripped. I'm sure everybody had a fairly decent day, and we're going to get into all of that. So while you've got me here, and Daddy's not here, fire away, ask questions, go nuts. Oh, P.S. Who here is in Roku calls? Raise your hand if you're in Roku calls. Specifically, 15750 Roku calls. What's up, Zach? That's a good question. Why is CuraLeaf getting hit harder than others? They have a small unlock at the end of the month, but I don't really think that that's the issue. Guys, honestly, you shouldn't be looking at it as, CuraLeaf, Green Thumb, Cresco, TrueLeaf, TerraSend are all getting hammered. This is a buyable dip, in my opinion. Ooh, Extreme Gamer, you sold before the close. OG. Somebody got stopped out at like 8%. That option, I'll tell you where we closed after hours. Do I want a streamer partner? Sure. I think my son's coming. That little shit should be in bed. So yeah, we closed at 162.50 after hours on Roku. It's a nice move. That's a $5 move. So that's a $5 move. So I expect that option probably open somewhere over $7 tomorrow. Yeah, that's $7. Maybe 8. Wow. So yeah. Unless you don't have any more money to buy pot stocks. Well, that's understandable, but look, it depends on your position sizing. I mean, this is definitely a place where you can buy and hold. And if you don't have like a tradable position, so like I have a tradable position, okay? If you've got a couple hundred shares, you can just kind of hang out. Oh. So, okay, you know what?
Yeah.
Say hi, everybody.
Can try.
No, you can't try.
Try.
So, but no, you gotta say hi to everybody first.
Yes, try.
Why aren't you in bed?
one.
Gotta say hi, everybody.
Hi.
Say, buy the dip.
Bye.
Take profit.
This one.
Oh, look, it's Mike. Say hi, Mike.
Who's that guy?
This kid's so handsome.
The most handsome kid I've ever seen.
All right, go. Good night. See you later, best friend. See you.
Such a cute kid, man.
Yeah, he's the next Zoolander. Because
What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing tonight? So I was a couple minutes late coming on here. I gave you guys the wolf all by himself. What's up, guys? William, Marcellus, what's up, bro? Peter, Julius, Joseph, Tony Williams, D. Dorn, Raiden, Andrew. What's up, everybody? How was everyone's day today? I know the Wolf just started talking to you. Wolf, you're still on those Roku calls, right?
Yep.
That's going to be a huge win, guys. That's going to be a huge win. You know, we got a pretty nice live stream kind of set up for you guys tonight because we're going to be talking about a few different things. A really nice win for me today trading SAVA. Okay. SAVA today was my big money maker. I made a little bit of money in Apple calls early in the day, but really nothing to write home about. The bulk of my money was made today in SAVA. And then the Wolf jumped in some Roku calls and Roku up big after hours, around like 162, I think.
Yeah, it closed at 162.50.
Yeah.
But I was in 160 calls over the weekend. So those were, I think they closed at 350 on Friday. So we got out of those at like 470 today, and then got back in.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big one, guys. So we have a lot to talk about here tonight. I'm gonna be going over my SAVA trade. When it comes to the SAVA trade, what I'm really going to discuss with you guys on this live stream is trading afternoon breakouts. Okay. Now this is a question that I get from a lot of people that maybe, you know, their schedule does not allow them to necessarily sit in front of a computer, or their schedule doesn't allow them to trade the morning. And there's still really good opportunity in the afternoon. And that's what I'm going to go over with you guys on this live stream when I talk about my SAVA trade, is helping you guys identify and trade afternoon breakouts, because it's a long trading day. Right? I'm not one of I trade the whole day, guys. I'm not one of those traders that's done by 11 o'clock. You know, I pack up my bags and I call it a day. You know, there's opportunity from open to close. And today, you know, my money was made in the afternoon today. So staying focused and being able to identify potential afternoon breakouts is crucial. And it's not something that a lot of people talk about. You know, everyone is always so fixated with, oh, I made, you know, $5,000 in 30 minutes and I'm going to show you how you can do the same. And, you know, I can be a millionaire working an hour a day. And everyone tries to, you know, tell you that, but there's a lot of opportunity in the afternoon as well. And some people, their schedules don't allow them to trade the morning. So I'm going to cover that with you guys today on this live stream, how to identify afternoon setups, and then more importantly, how to trade those afternoon breakouts. And then the Wolf is going to go over, what do you think? That'll be a triple digit gain, you think, with that gap up?
I think maybe $8. It should be, yeah, it'll be 100%. It should be 100% gainer.
Yeah. So that's going to be a huge win, guys. That's going to be a huge win on the Roku calls. Anyone that jumped in on those Roku calls with the Wolf, that's going to be a huge win. Congratulations to everyone that caught SAVA. Congratulations to everyone that jumped in those Roku call options. And then I'll let the Wolf go over and recap his Roku trade with you. Now, again, he's still in it, but I want him to go over and recap with you guys why he got in those calls today. And we'll be taking profit tomorrow for a nice, handsome gain. All right. So with that being said, guys, I know the Wolf already kind of started things off, but guys, fire away, ask questions. I'm going to give some time for people to log on to the live stream, same way I do every live stream. We're going to give you guys some time to log on. So go right ahead. Ask questions, guys. Fire away. The world is your oyster. All right, Derek Nielsen from Periscope or on Twitter says, do you trade UVXY? I do trade UVXY when it's in play. Okay, I do trade UVXY when it's in play. Right now, it's not in play. Right now, it's on play. Was it 2 weeks ago? I had a really nice swing trade on UVXY that I caught. I caught a really nice gain on, but that was when it was in play. And now, volatility you got a quick little spike in volatility, and then it just kind of faded out. It only lasted like 2 or 3 days, that little spike in volatility, and then the markets pulled themselves. The markets just kind of settled in, and the VIX and volatility really pulled themselves in, and it's just not in play right now. It's just not in play right now.
It's actually right back exactly where you bought it.
Yeah. So, NKLA puts tomorrow thoughts. Promo for leads, NKLA puts. Now, the thing about NKLA, guys, there was a news headline after hours today. The SEC is looking into Nikola. Now, that does not necessarily mean that they're going to find something wrong. But the SEC will be investigating Nikola. They will be looking into the allegations that are made by Hindenburg and by Citron, which are the two big short sellers that came out with that Bash report. It doesn't look good for the company, honestly. It doesn't look good for the company because the fact that they put out a video, the thing that one of the major issues right now going on with Nikola, guys, is that they put out a video of one of their trucks, and one of their trucks it was like rolling down a hill, but the truck was not self-propelled. The truck was literally just rolling down a hill. It wasn't actually being driven. And the short sellers came out with this report, kind of breaking this news and saying like, yo, this is fraud. Like, you guys are trying to play it off like you have this operating vehicle and you don't. And then the company came out and they were like, well, we just said the truck was in motion. We never said it was being self-propelled. That is the biggest crack of horse shit I have ever heard in my life. That does not look good. That's not a good look. Okay, that is definitely not a good look. We're going to have to see what happens. But if it does turn out that this company is fraud, oh my goodness, GM has egg on their face like you could not imagine. I wouldn't be surprised if the CEO of GM has to step down if it turns out that Nikola is a complete fraud. Because 2 days after they signed that deal with Nikola, these short sellers come out with this Bash research, and it's like, how could these two firms have this research and have this information? And GM, you guys went through all of your due diligence and you didn't find any of this, which would be very, very concerning if they actually missed it. So the people that are bullish on Nikola are saying that, well, how could GM go through that process? If there was something that was fraud, GM would have found it. Okay, that's the argument for people that are bullish. For the people that are bearish, they just say that GM overlooked it. They were so hyped on just getting into the electric vehicle markets and compete with Tesla that they just rushed themselves into a half-assed deal, and the company, is a fraud. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this whole thing plays out. But I think the CEO of Nikola has to do something like drastic. I think you've got to do some kind of damage control to get people to start to feel better. I mean, how do you, I don't know, how do you bring an investor to the table if you're being looked into by the SEC? How do you do that?
I think you should just shut up.
The
guy should just shut up, man. And it's funny because we were talking about how Kramer called it Theranos yesterday. It's looking more and more like Theranos. And GM wouldn't be the first company to do a deal with a company that was a complete scam. Going back to that Elizabeth Holmes story about Theranos, they had a deal with Walgreens to do blood testing, and it was a huge deal. And Theranos ended up raising like $1 billion off of that deal.
Yep.
So, it's kind of like GM wanted to do something, and they're so far behind, Volvo or even Porsche, Tesla. So, yeah, I mean, as far as like getting puts, I mean, it probably is going to gap down anyway. So you might have missed the move. I think I would just stay away from it. You're basically just flipping a coin right now. And that's probably the safest bet. I mean, I don't understand really why you'd be long in Nikola anyway. Like, I get it. Oh, you want to be an early EV company, but this isn't a good start.
Definitely not a good start. Definitely not a good start. Danny Brew says, do we break the gold pennant tomorrow and exhaustion move higher on WKHS tomorrow? Yeah, Danny, I think so. I think WKHS continues, and I do think we break out of the gold pattern. I will just show you guys real quick what Danny's referring to, because it's a setup that I've been talking to our TGB members about for a little while now. I'll take you guys to the daily chart so you can see it. Here's this little pennant pattern that Danny is referring to. I've been talking to my TGB members about this pattern here for quite a while. The last couple of days, we've been discussing this pattern, and I'm very bullish on gold. This is GLD. So I'm very bullish on gold going into 2021. I think gold sees like 2,500 in the near future. And I think a break out of this downtrend resistance line puts GLD out of this little pennant pattern. And I think that's a really nice, I think it's a very viable opportunity. What I will say to you guys, though, if you're going to try to swing trade this move in gold, give yourself time. Give yourself time, because I think this is a move that I think will work itself through, but it's not going to be just a straight shot. You're going to deal with consolidation. You're going to deal with pullbacks, and you don't want to get yourself churned out and stopped out of maybe if you take an option trade on this because of time decay. Give yourself time. I'd go maybe at least a month out. Give yourself time for this trade to play itself through. But I do think long gold or GLD, okay, you can do gold futures, whatever you want to do. I do think long is the play here. Okay, I do think long is a play. I think this could be a really nice swing trade setup for us. Okay. So keep eyes on this pattern, guys, on this setup. This is the setup that Danny's referring to. Danny is a TGG member, so he knows about this setup very, very well. And for those of you that are not TGG members, now you guys know about it as well. Keep eyes on it. It's something that I'm very bullish on over the next couple of weeks. Then we have WKHS. WKHS, new all-time highs today. Danny asking, Mike, do I think we're going to get some extension or that exhaustion move tomorrow? I don't necessarily think we get an exhaustion move, Danny, but I do think we climb higher. I think you can see like a 2 or 3 day move here on WKHS as a short position starts to get squeezed out of this. I think short sellers are holding on to this. With everything going on with Nikola, I don't think we've seen the squeeze yet. The volume is not there for a squeeze yet. That's not short squeeze volume. This is short squeeze volume. Okay. So I think this is just getting started. I think this is a short squeeze that has a lot of legs. Then I think WKHS can go much higher. I think there's just not enough volume yet for me to feel like short sellers are really rushing for the exits. So I do think that WKHS can go higher.
Back to gold. Also, don't forget about silver. We still have people in the first majestic silver trade. It went over 150% today.
Yeah, that was a great call as well.
Congratulations. You guys have stronger hands than me. Okay. Now this is SPY SPY, Rexy says, the SPY is looking weak since pulling back 2 weeks ago. Is it likely to continue lower this week? And I missed the rest. I mean, look, SPY had a great move. I mean, it tanked, pulled back. We needed a pullback. We were running super hot. What did we get down to? Like 330? Or did we get down to 329 territory ever?
Which one are you talking about?
The SPY. What was the low the last 2 weeks?
Oh, no. We didn't get below 330. The low is 331.
Okay, 331. Yeah, I mean, today was good. And I think that SPY just didn't get out of control because tomorrow is Fed Day. So Powell's speaking for the last time before the election, which, we kind of discussed a little bit yesterday. So, I don't know. I think if he's dovish tomorrow, which I don't see why he wouldn't be, then, Wall Street will be like, okay, pump the algos up. I don't see any bad news keeping us down right now. So we'll probably just turn, that 339, 340 area is just that's got to be the next thing to break.
Yeah, we have a real clear descending wedge too, guys, that I'm gonna draw out for you all right now. We have a clear descending wedge pattern. Oops. Let me draw this out. My drawing tool is not cooperating with me. There we go. Okay, so here you guys can see this little descending wedge that's starting to form here. All right, I'll take you guys to an hourly chart. Maybe you can see it a little bit more clearly. Draw this out so you guys can see it better. Okay, so you guys see this little descending wedge type pattern. All right, if we break above today's high, this market's got more room to bounce. We're going to go right back up to the mid 340s. Today's high is a key level for us, guys. All right, today's high is right around 340. Okay, today's high puts you right around 340. If we get above today's high, so not only is it today's high, so a prior high break, which is a previous little pivot point, but that'll also take you out of this little wedge pattern that I've got drawn here, and it'll take you out of this descending trend line. And then your next stop should be up around 342.50. And if you get through that, then you're talking about a move all the way back to 345, 346, which is very possible. Okay, it's very, very possible for us to get back up into the mid 340s. If we can get above today's high, I actually feel pretty good. I feel pretty good about that move. So you'll see here's today's high, right? There's today's high. And what I'm saying is if we can get through that, I think you have a pretty easy move right up to 342.50, which is that previous double top, the 9th and the 10th. And then you had the gap fill. So that's the day that I caught the 109% put option. That was this day. You guys recall the live stream I did on that day, recapping that trade. That was a huge win. Okay, that was on Thursday. That was the 109%. I'm sorry, this was the 109% gain. The day after that was the 109% gain. But this was that 342.50 area that we had talked about on the live stream. And I was like, guys, remember that 342.50 area? Watch for that to be resistance. We can't get above it. I think we're going to roll back to 333. For those of you that were on my live stream on last Wednesday, the 9th, that's the exact same trade setup we talked about. That's that 342.50 level. That level is still very, very much intact and is still very key to price action in the SPY. So if the SPY can get through today's high, I expect us to make a move right to 342.50. That could happen tomorrow. Okay, especially with Fed Chairman Powell speaking. If he's dovish, which I think he will be, you could see 342.50 tomorrow. Okay, you can see 342.50 tomorrow. If he comes out and he says inflation's not a concern, we're going to provide as much support and stimulus as needed. You can see the SPY push right to 342.50. All right, you can see us push right to 342.50.
I saw a question for Budweiser. Can you pull Bud up? while I talk about it? BUD?
Sure. BUD?
Yep. So we actually got into this on Friday. We got into the 5650 calls. Honestly, I haven't traded the This is the first time I'm trading the option. The option kind of moves like poop. So we dropped like 20 cents on from where we bought it on Friday, and then today we made I think the high was 56.77 or 56.80 today. Can you see that?
Today was 56.99.
56.99 was the high.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the options like barely moved. Besides like the options and just how they're trading, I like Budweiser here. Mike, are you seeing anything that I'm not seeing? It's just hugging that line.
Yeah, you're hugging your 50-day. You've got the 200-day moving average coming in above it. I don't see much either way.
Yeah.
Honest. We're just kind of hugging that 50-day moving average. You can easily get a bounce off that 50-day to go up and test the 200-day, which is all the way up at 58.75.
Yeah. So, this is just one of those channels. I've seen it at 57 more than I've seen it at 56, which is part of the reason I went into the trade. So we'll see. We'll see. We got 4 days left on those.
All right, let me zoom on. Next question. When finding your live videos, I noticed an inverted cup and handle setting. Fadia Mosri says, hello, Mike. I'm a fan of your live videos. Thank you, Fadia. Appreciate that. I noticed an inverted cup and handle setting on Amazon today. Could the setup be a bearish sign for tomorrow or this week? Let me take a look. Okay. All right. So I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying on the inverted cup and handle. It's not necessarily a pattern that I would identify. This is a little different from the inverted cup and handle that we had on the SPY. But I do see what you are referring to. What it looks like you're talking about is here's your downtrend. Then you're saying, here's your cup. Then you're saying, here's your handle. Not the cleanest of patterns, Fatia, just to be honest. This is not the cleanest of setups. If this is the cup and handle that you are referring to, because I don't really see one otherwise. So I assume this is the setup that you are looking at. Now, you do have a key support level here just beneath 3,100. It's like 3090, 3090 is going to be kind of your level. I'll draw a little line right across it. You guys can see here. There's your support level. Now it's like right around 3090, 3095. Now, if Amazon gets below that, this is a key support level. This is going to be tough for Amazon to get below. I'll just draw a line straight across that level. So there's that support, right? There's that support. If you look back to the left, what you're going to see is a lot more support. Okay, you're going to see a lot more support in this area, and then prior to that, you're going to see resistance. Okay, and then prior to that, you're going to see more support. Then prior to that, you're going to see more resistance. Then prior to, it's like it keeps. This is a significant level for Amazon. Like as the further back that I go, the more times you're going to see that level form structure in the price action for Amazon. So this is a significant level. This is a significant level for the stock. The thing that you have to be conscious of, if you're going to try to pound a lot of these tech names and you're going to try to pound the overall markets short, a lot of these big tech names and the SPY, okay, and the broader markets have similar looking setups in forming possible descending wedges. So you want to be careful you don't get caught, okay, shorting into the bottom of a descending wedge. Okay, you just want to be careful you don't get caught shorting into the bottom of a descending wedge. Okay, that's just you want to be careful. Like I can draw this setup and you'll start to see it in a lot of different tech names. Okay, you can start to see it in a lot of these different names. Okay, so like there's Apple. Okay, just like that, just like Amazon that we just drew. Okay, I haven't even looked at any of the others, but I'm just going to draw them out as we go. Facebook, not so much. Facebook's actually weaker. Google's actually weaker as well. So you have some more weakness in some. Let me see Microsoft. Microsoft is more intact. Microsoft, that pattern is a lot more intact, okay, on this little descending wedge. So what I'm saying is like you want to be careful trying to like pound these things short down in this region because you're asking to just get caught in a bottom and then see these things bounce back. What I would do if I were you guys, like, and if anyone is in here and you're looking long and your game plan here is long, I would pay very close attention to the SPY, okay, and focus on those levels that I just drew that I was talking about on this little kind of a wedge pattern. Because if we get through, okay, today's high on the SPY and the SPY starts to push up to in the low 340s, I think you have such a clean opportunity to get call options in Microsoft, get call options in Apple. I think those are going to be your two best bets. I think those are two of the stronger, as far as the big high flying tech names. I think those are where you guys are going to want to be. That's what I would say. That's honestly my, the Nasdaq's got a nice channel here as well. You see the Qs kind of sitting in this nice channel, forming this descending wedge. Like this is what the pattern that I'm going to be paying attention to over the next couple of days, because if the overall markets break out of these descending wedges that have been forming over the last couple of days, I think you're going to have opportunities to get call options in some of the stronger tech names that are forming similar type setups, like Apple and Microsoft specifically. I think you can have really good call option opportunity in Apple and Microsoft if you see the Qs and the SPY break out of these descending wedges that I just identified for you guys. All right, so some food for thought for those of you that are looking for that want to be long this pullback. Yep, Fadia, it's my pleasure.
Ooh. What time frame for tech calls? Depends what day of the week. I mean, usually if I'm playing like, let's say a Roku or an Apple, I'll buy weekly calls on a Monday or Tuesday. After Wednesday, I won't buy a weekly call unless my intention is to be out same day. Now, if I think that I have to hold it overnight, I just get it for the following week. Because, and the reason for that is too many times, especially when I first started trading options, I would get a weekly call in a tech name, or really anything, to be perfectly honest with you. I'd buy a weekly on a Wednesday at like 3 o'clock. Everything looked good, held overnight. Then I get a gap down, and then that option's just dead. It's completely blown up, like on any type of significant gap down. So you want time, on really any option. The more time, the better. So take that for what it's worth.
Any views on Snowflake's IPO with the revised $100 price? I mean, listen, I think Snowflake is going to do great. Your next big IPOs you have are Palantir and Snowflake. I like both companies. I stay away from IPOs. I stay away from IPOs, guys. I am I'm a technical trader. I'm a technical trader, and when a stock comes out of the gate with a fresh new IPO, you have nothing to base your trade off of. It's just the stock is going through price discovery, and that's more of a coin flip and a guess than anything else. I don't trade stocks usually on IPO day. I like to wait for them to at least put a couple of days in, so I can try to identify some pockets of buying and selling pressure on the IPO, and then I can try to play some momentum off of that. But as far as Snowflake, like as a long term, that cloud computing software, I'm a big bull on that entire sector. Warren Buffett is a pre-IPO investor, which is something that's extremely uncharacteristic of his investment style, coming in there pre-IPO to be a shareholder of Snowflake. I do think Snowflake is going to do well. I think it's a stock that a lot of you, if you would want, you can stash away in your long-term portfolios. It's just not something that I'm going to be trading right off the IPO.
Yeah, it also really depends on what the IPO is coming out with float wise, and if it's something that is topical, if it's something that if it's a company that everybody knows, like if Airbnb, for example, came out with 30 million share float for the first 6 months, yeah, I would buy that as soon as it came out, because I know that thing's going to get locked up. So everything is just kind of, I like IPOs if they are with companies that have very tiny floats, but that's me.
Guys, real quick, gang, if you guys want, go ahead and give me a follow on Twitter. Put my Twitter handle right there on the screen. You guys want to go ahead and give me a follow on Twitter. I'm always typing out some different trade ideas and some different educational stuff, and some educational stuff when it comes to stocks and trading. And I always, sometimes I'll tweet out some trade ideas and some swing trades that I enter and that type of stuff. So you guys want to give me a follow on Twitter? It's at @MikeEdward_TTG. Go ahead and give me a follow now. And then as soon as you guys are done with that, you're going to want to go ahead and give the Wolf a follow as well. Guys, there's his Twitter handle right there, @WolfOfWeedStreet. Street is ST, @WolfOfWeedST. You guys are going to want to go ahead and give the Wolf and I a follow. All right, next question. Oh, someone asked thoughts on GWPH, Wolf.
I actually just sold it in my long-term portfolio about a month and a half ago at $133. I'm not looking to get back into it until like 90. But I do think that they're undervalued, but not in the sense that, I think Epidiolex is a great drug. So Epidiolex is their main drug. It's for seizures. Everybody in the United States that smokes weed owes GW Pharma a lot of credit because they are a British company and they actually did the study that went to the FDA, and the FDA had to actually finally say, yes, marijuana does have medical benefits, even though it's still Schedule 1, which means it has no medical benefits, which is just ass backwards. I wrote a piece in Forbes in 2016. I think it still holds. GW Pharma is like a $3 billion company. I think that they should just be acquired. So I look at them more as an acquisition target, maybe for a company like AbbVie, which has had a endocannabinoid drug on the market since 1985, which is called, the street name is Marinol, but its science name is Droganol. And that's for people that can't eat, people with cancer. So I think it would, that's really the only play right now with GW Pharma, but their IP is very valuable. But it's boring ass stock, to be perfectly honest with you. So, maybe if you like GW Pharma and you're maybe looking for something, one that's cheaper, maybe Cara Therapeutics, CARA is the symbol. Stay away from Zenerba. They're kind of garbage. And then, AbbVie, which has a nice dividend.
I love AbbVie.
Yeah. And I think AbbVie should be the company that buys them out. But their IP is worth more than their market cap by far.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
I like AbbVie. A great dividend, great dividend stock. And that's something that people that are looking to build up a dividend portfolio, I think AbbVie is a must. I think it's a must own. All right, we got a lot of people are asking me about Tesla, so let me pull up Tesla, guys. A lot of you were asking me about Tesla. Like as Jason was talking, it was like Tesla. Did you go over Tesla yet? Did you go over Tesla yet? Everyone's asking me about Tesla.
Yeah, we also went over Tesla last night. We said it was going to rip. Guess what?
Yeah.
It ripped.
It ripped. Tesla was a beast today, and it traded higher after hours as well. No, I came out and I said something yesterday that I thought this high on Tesla was going to be the high for the near term. I still do feel that way. I think this move in Tesla is purely technical. I think this is a purely technical move. When you look at this prior resistance of all-time highs, then you had your 50-day moving average. We sold off into it, and now the stock snapped back like a rubber band after it was a vicious pullback from 500 all the way down to 330. Do the percentage on that. That is a vicious pullback, and now the stock just snapped back like a rubber band. I think this is a technical move on Tesla because of that support level that I just drew out for you guys right there. But when you go over to, let's go down to a 15-minute chart. Let's talk about some levels. Let me see. All right, so 428 is a level. I'm going to draw out all the levels for you. I'll show you guys why. So 428 is a level. Okay, here it is right here. I'll draw it out for you guys. Okay, so there's your level at 428. Then you're going to have a level at 450. Then you're going to have a level at 470. And then, of course, 500. Okay, so here's your levels. Here's 4 key levels that you guys can look for on Tesla. Draw these lines on your chart, leave them there, or write them down in a notebook. This way you are fully aware when Tesla gets to these levels, you are aware these levels are in place. Okay, so again, 428, there you can see your resistance level right here. 450, there's your structure right here. 470 was prior support. And of course, 500, your all-time high. Okay, so these are going to be your levels on Tesla. All right. I don't think Tesla is going to just rip and explode right through all of these levels. I think that Tesla is going to trade in the 400s, like the low. I think Tesla is going to trade in like the low to mid 400s to the high 300s for a little while and maybe consolidate a little bit. Like what I'm actually looking for is for Tesla to maybe push a little bit higher and then stall. Okay. I'm looking for it to push a little bit higher and then stall. And then I'm looking for over the course of the next month or two to form a real big descending triangle. Okay. So now obviously I'm looking way into the future right now. And if I'm right on this, we're going to look back on this video 2 months from now and be like, holy shit. But what I'm thinking that Tesla, this bounce that you saw today, I think there's a little bit more room left in it. I think you see a little bit more upside. And then I think Tesla stalls. And then I think it pulls back below 400. goes back into those mid 300s, finds support, bounces back again, gets up back above 400, then pulls back beneath it, then bounces back above it. And I think it's going to make consecutive lower highs bouncing off of what is a major technical support level. Okay, I think we're going to make lower highs and bounce off that area and form just a real big elongated descending triangle is kind of something that I'm expecting Tesla to do. Similar to what you see on GLD, okay? Similar to what you see on GLD, okay? This is what I'm expecting Tesla to do. So right now we'd be in this phase, okay? So right now we'd be in that phase, and then tomorrow one more move higher, and that's what I'm talking about for Tesla, and then I'm looking for it to stall out, pull back, find support, bounce, pull back, find support, bounce. And you see how GLD is doing that while GLD consolidates what was a massive run over the last couple of months. I think Tesla has to do something similar. Tesla has had a massive run over the last couple of months, and now that the momentum cracked, I'm looking for Tesla now to consolidate and form a very similar pattern to what you see on the GLD. I think we have one more little move here, get a little bit more upside, and then I think you see a pullback and we break down back below 400. And I'm going to look to play Tesla that way. And I'm looking for Tesla to form this elongated descending triangle using those levels that I just talked to you about. Write those levels down, leave them on your chart, use those levels as pivot points, and then you guys can maybe enter a trade off of this idea. Okay, so those are my thoughts on Tesla. For those of you that are asking, I had a lot of people were asking about Tesla. So I wanted to make sure that I did cover that. And those are my thoughts. And that's going to be my game plan with Tesla over the next couple of weeks. Yeah, Sujit, I think battery day will help. You know, I do think the stock will have a good day on battery day, but I still think the stock needs to consolidate. Now that the momentum has broken, when we topped out at 500, we pulled all the way down to 330. That was the first real crack in momentum that you've seen in Tesla. And now I think the stock has to consolidate. So I think this is a purely technical move on Tesla's part. I think it's got a little more upside. And then I think you pull back, put in a lower high, go back below 300, find support in the mid threes, then bounce back again, and so on and so on. Okay. Next, let me go over Starbucks. I see a couple of you, 3 people I just saw in the last couple of minutes ask me about Starbucks. I know why everybody's really digging Starbucks right now. My thoughts on Starbucks. Guys, we have a golden cross that is forming here. I love Starbucks. Listen, I think you've got really, really good support at $80. I think you've got really good support at $80. This $80 level was previous a real nice area of support. Before that, it was an all-time high. Like as I go back, you'll see this $80 level. There's all-time highs in May. We broke through it, pulled back, tested it in late 2019, became support. Then you had the breakdown with the coronavirus sell-off. We rallied back. It then became resistance. We popped above it, but then you had that gap down. I believe, I'm not sure what that gap down was. What was the catalyst for that gap down? I don't remember the catalyst for this gap down. I'm not sure, guys. I have to go back and look. I don't remember what the catalyst was for that. But then you can see resistance again, and now we're through it. And now we're through this level, and I think we're clearly through this level. You've got 3 major moving averages right here, 100-day, 50-day, 200-day. If you guys are looking at Starbucks for like a long-term investment, which I own Starbucks my long-term, anywhere in front of 80, I think is a great buy. You've got tremendous support down here around 71. I mean, this is about as obvious of a support level as you can possibly have. I mean, this is just a really nice technical looking chart. You're coming up on a golden cross. The 50-day is about to cross over the 200-day. I think you're going to see Starbucks make its way up and test this 90-50, which is another key area of resistance. You'll see resistance here, and then that was also that gap fill. Okay, so we filled that gap, and then that was the coronavirus sell-off. I think we're going to get back up, and we're going to test that level in the next coming week or so. All right. Catalyst was I got my girlfriend an espresso machine. All
buy TrueLeaf or CuraLeaf? I'll tell you on Friday.
Yes, tell him, Wolf.
Yes, guys, Friday I'm doing a webinar on pot stocks. It's going to be a lot of fun. You could ask me all the questions. Ask me for dirt on companies, ask me for data, whatever you want.
Yeah, guys, the Wolf on Friday, for those of you that are interested in the cannabis space, the Wolf is doing on Friday a pot stock seminar where he's going to be breaking down for you which companies are shit, which companies are gold, and what companies that he thinks you should have in your long-term portfolio if you are bullish on the cannabis sector. If any of you want to, now listen, if you're a full-time TTG member, you're automatically invited. If you are not a TTG member and you want to attend the Wolf's pot stock webinar on Friday, which honestly, if any of you are interested in investing in the cannabis space, this is a must-attend event. Okay? Honestly, guys, if you want to invest in the cannabis space, if you want to buy any type of marijuana stock, and you think that there's a future in the cannabis industry, you need to attend this webinar, okay, or workshop, whatever you want to call it, because he's going to break down for you. And when I tell you that the Wolf, nobody knows the cannabis sector better than him, I put it this way. You guys, a lot of you look up to me. A lot of you ask me for advice and guidance. A lot of you consider me your mentor. I won't touch a cannabis stock without consulting Jason first. Nobody knows the sector better than he does. So if you guys want to attend that cannabis workshop, you can become a TTG member and get a 41% discount by using his code TTGWolf. Okay? So you guys can use his code TTGWolf. That's going to get you a 41% discount on a membership. The membership is usually $2,048. With that coupon code, it brings it down to just $1,198. That's going to give you a membership for the full year, but you'll be able to attend his workshop on Friday. Okay? Everyone that is a member as of midnight on Thursday night will have access to his pot stock webinar on Friday. If you are interested at all in the cannabis sector, this is a must-attend event. If he wanted to, guys, honestly, he can probably charge you $11.98 just for this seminar because of the value of the information that he's going to be giving out. But you're getting an entire year membership to True Trading Group with that membership. And you can attend his conference and his seminar. Wolf, you want to just say something about?
Yeah, I was just going to say that I tried to just charge you $1,000 for it. Yeah, guys, Mike is probably like the best salesman for the webinar, but it's true. You know, guys, look, if you're not interested, if you think that the cannabis sector is just a fad with, year-over-year growth, outpacing all manufacturing jobs in the United States and Canada, more people in the weed industry than computer sciences or programming, and on and on and on and on, then you don't need to attend. If you look at this as an industry where, it's just about like buying some weed and, getting some gummies, then yeah, you probably, shouldn't attend. But if you want to attend and you understand that this sector really right now is a once in a generation investment, look at it like this, like how many of you were around investing in real estate in 2006, 2007, or early 2000s, I should say? How many people went through the whole .com? How many people were here after alcohol was made legal, investing? Okay, you see? It's a complete paradigm shift, not just in the United States, but in other countries, with all the key demographics just going up. My aim for this webinar is not just to tell you which companies are great, but or which ones actually have a future in North America, meaning the United States and Canada. But to look at the cannabis industry in a different way, you've got to start looking at it as a pharma play with added bonuses of like recreational stuff, consumer packaged goods, and all the other stuff in between. And the reason I would charge you, honestly, I charge you $2,000 for this. But the reason I would, if I could, is because it'll save you that much from buying some donkey company. And that's really it. But it's going to be awesome. And I'm going to have a whole plan from now until November and then beyond. So you should attend.
Yeah, guys, it's going to be awesome. It's gonna really be awesome. I'm super pumped for it. Wolf, somebody was asking what time is it starting?
I think we're going to go at like 5.
Okay.
I think we'll start at like 5. It'll be recorded. But the recording goes up like the following week or something.
Yeah. Cool. All right, guys. So guys, I'll see you guys there. I'll be in attendance. I'll see you guys there. Now, what I want to do here now, guys, before we get into the trade recaps on the day, I want to recap my SAVA trade for you. We're going to go over trading afternoon breakouts. The Wolf is going to talk about his Roku option trade. But before I get into more of the educational stuff, you guys know what time it is. It's time to smash that like button, guys. Each and every single one of you right now on this live stream, do Jason and I a favor. Smash that like button first. Show us how much you guys appreciate the time, energy, and effort that we put into sharing our experience and our knowledge with you all to help you on your journeys to becoming consistently profitable traders. We are here to help. That's why we spend the time to do this stuff with you guys. So do us a solid and smash that like button. Let's go. We've got just under 1,000 people that are streaming across, that are viewing this on YouTube. We're streaming on Facebook. We are on Twitch. We are also on Twitter via Periscope. I want all of you to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are brand new. Make sure you turn on your notification bell. And most importantly, share this video across your own social media channels, guys. Share. Click that share button. Let's go. Let's share this video, guys. Let's get as many traders on here as we possibly can so we can help as many as we can. All right? Now, before I do get started, before I go any further and get into my trade recaps, I want to do a quick show of hands, guys. How many of you are not a member of True Trading Group? I want you to type the word TTG in chat right now. If you are not a member of True Trading Group, type TTG in chat right now. I want to get a quick little head count. I want to see how many of you that are in here right now that are not members of True Trading Group. I want to see how many of you that we have in here with us right now. No, Steve Wilkie, it's not free to watch. Only TTG members will be able to rewatch the pot stock webinar. Abhishek, John, Michael, Headless, Tenzin, John Smith, Steve Wilkie, Alex R., Felipe Corte, Willard Stallings, 45 to 70 Henry, Josh Radke, Christopher Blackwood, Chris Varno, Jeff Matern, Izan Siam, Raphael, Reynard, Evans, Raz 69, Mohammed Riazi, Jason. All right, guys, we got a lot of non-TTG members that are with us here. A lot of non-TTG members. Massimo, ooh, what a great name. Massimo Calangioli, a nice Irish name. Massimo, what's up, man? Alexander. All right, guys, cool. Haim Yagin. All right. B. Montgomery. Cool, guys. Very cool. Harmet Johal. Very nice. We have a nice audience here of non-TTG members. I welcome all of you. I welcome all of you guys that are not TTG members. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel, though. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on any more of these live Q&As and live educational sessions that me and the Wolf do. Now, the next thing that I want you guys to do, if you are a member of our TTG3 trial program, I want you to type the number 3 in chat right now. If you are a member of our TTG3 trial program, I want you to type the number 3 in chat right now. I'm trying to get a head count of how many non-members and how many trial members we have here in chat. So go ahead and type the number 3. All right, Cousin Arrow. Raising Cane. Thank you, Kenneth. Kenneth says, I'm glad to be here. You guys rock. Mario Batista. Michael Pungza. D's Nuts. Harold Perkins. Ernest Causey. Kenneth Seastrom. All right, so we got a couple of TG3 trial members that are on here. Paul says, if you're not a TG member, FYI, the guy on the left is a technical genius. The guy on the right is an option genius. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate you, brother. Travis, Noel, Mr. McHouston, Ashish Jha. All right, guys, we have a bunch of TG3 trial members that are in chat that are part of this live stream. I hope you guys are enjoying your trial membership. For those of you that are not TTG members, for those of you that typed TTG before, and I said if you're not a member, type TTG, you guys can get a 7-day trial for just $3 if you guys are interested. So the people that just typed the number 3 in chat, they are part of our trial membership right now. So you get 7-day access to our member dashboard for a one-time payment of $3. It's not reoccurring, okay? You will get access to 3 days of our live trading chat room where you see my screen, you hear me on the mic, you can trade with Jason and I live throughout the course of the trading day and see exactly what we're doing and why we're doing it, what we're selling, what we're buying. You guys can follow us there in chat for 3 days. You will also get access to 3 courses, multiple chapters in each course that are guaranteed to help make you guys better traders. I wrote these courses myself. They're specifically for this trial program. Okay, regardless of your experience level, there is something in those courses that I think is guaranteed to make you a better trader, where you're going to come away from saying, holy shit, this is the best $3 I've ever spent in my entire life. You're going to say to yourself, when you're done with these courses, you're going to say to yourself, I cannot believe that Mike just gave me this information for $3. That's what you're going to say to yourself. I guarantee it. Okay. You're also going to get access to our Benzinga Pro news feed and our live Squawk Box, so you guys can get real-time news headlines and breaking news up to the second alerts live in our chat room. You're also going to get access to our stock profile due diligence tool, which is where we do all our due diligence for all the stocks that we're trading in TTG. And you're also going to see all our trade history. So myself, the Wolf, the other moderators in chat, we are fully transparent. We keep a log of all of our trades on the website so you guys can go and you can see all the trades that we have made over the course of the last several months. And you can track all of our success rates, our win rates, our profits, our losses. You guys can track all of that in our trade history tab on the website. Okay, we are fully transparent. So again, if you guys want to try us out for 7 days, it's a one-time payment of $3. Guys, literally, it's a cup of coffee. Okay, you can upgrade to a full membership at any time, but you're under no obligation to do so at all. Again, it's a one-time payment of $3. It's not reoccurring. Go to the website, www.ttgthree.com. Again, that is ttgthree.com to get a 7-day trial of TTG. All right. Now, the good stuff. Let's get into our trade recap. SAVA. Okay, so like I said, I had 2 trades today, guys. I had Apple call options in the morning, and then I had SAVA. My Apple trade, it was a tiny win. It's not even worth discussing. It was a tiny win, nothing really to write home about. But the trade here today, guys, was SAVA. This was a beautiful one. This was a beautiful one. Now, what I'm going to discuss with you guys on this live stream is trading afternoon breakouts. Okay. In particular, when it comes to this SAVA trade, and this is a setup that you can look for in the future. When you have a stock that holds beneath VWAP the entire day and then breaks above it coming out of lunchtime, you need to pay attention to that. Okay? Again, when you have a stock that trades below VWAP the entire day and then breaks above coming out of lunchtime, you got to pay attention to it. What you will notice on SAVA is that the stock the entire day found resistance at VWAP. Do you see how this stock was never able to get above VWAP? Do you guys see all of this resistance? Then all of a sudden at 150, bang, what happens? You get this violent breakout candle above VWAP for the first time the entire day. First time the entire day. The other thing that I want you to notice is the trade line. The trade line on my screen right now is the teal baby blue color line you see on my screen. That's the 9 exponential moving average. The other thing that you will notice is that with the stock staying beneath VWAP the entire day, that's going to keep your trade line also beneath VWAP the entire day. You see how the trade line never once got over VWAP? Then you had this increase in volume, break through VWAP, and the stock halted. That's how violent that move was, that the stock halted right over VWAP. Okay? This is when I came on the mic when the stock was halted, and I said, guys, get eyes on SAVA. This is the first time the stock has gotten above VWAP the entire day. It's the perfect time of day because we're coming out of lunchtime. Lunchtime is typically from 12 to 2 p.m. Eastern. That's typically your lunchtime session. So when you see a stock that's below VWAP the entire day, like you had SAVA, that gives you that type of a violent increase in volume break over VWAP, and that's a clear break. That's not like here. You see back here at 10:30, it's like, yeah, we popped our head above it and then failed. That's not a clean break. This is a clean, no doubt about it, break above VWAP. Now you can say to yourself, we've got an increase in volume coming out of lunchtime, the first time the stock has gotten its head above VWAP the entire day. Now we can look to actually get long this stock in front of VWAP, expecting it to become an area of support since it's been resistance the entire day. And that is exactly what we did here in chat today. My entry was right there at $6.96. Stop loss just below VWAP. And as I will zoom this in, you guys will see we pulled in and look at that beautiful support at VWAP. So VWAP previously an area of resistance, high volume break through it coming out of lunchtime. I get long, pull back in, VWAP, beautiful support there at your VWAP, just as we expected. And then you get this beautiful move that takes you right into the close. And I start peeling profits off the table as the stock starts to extend. Okay, let me pull up my trade confirmations. Okay, 696, that was at 2 p.m. Okay, so there's the entry. Oops, sorry about that. 735 at 252. Where's 735 is here. Then we had 780, which is here. And then we had 805, which is here. Okay, so there you guys have it, guys. There is the entry. There is the take profits going into that afternoon break. And I held on to like 10% of my position and I sold it after hours right here. Okay, I sold it after hours right here. All right, so again, let me go back. There's a lot of lines and circles on my screen right now. Let me zoom in and go over this with you guys one more time. Resistance at VWAP all morning, right? Resistance at VWAP all morning. Then you get an increase in volume, break over VWAP, clean break. Okay, I get long. Now use VWAP as my stop loss. We pull in VWAP access support, and then you get the beautiful follow through move. Take profit, take profit, take profit. Just take in what the market's giving me as the stock continues to climb higher, and I just start peeling my profits off the table. And this was where I made my money today. All right, this stock was thicker than a milkshake. Okay, this stock was as thick could be. Was able to get a real nice size position with very, very little slippage at all. The stock was extremely thick. And this made for a very nice trade late in the day. And this is why we trade the whole day. I had a small green day going into this trade and then finished the day there with a 5-figure day because of that move there late in the day. But prior to that, I had a very small green day working with that Apple call option trade early in the morning. But I stayed patient. I did not force trades that weren't there. It's a long trading day. And this is why I'm not done at 11 o'clock, guys. Like I trade the whole day because sometimes the best opportunity in the day is in the afternoon. And this is a fantastic opportunity, a very high probability chart pattern setup. Very, very clear risk on this trade. It was a very, straightforward setup. Pulled the trigger, had my stop area, never violated it, and was able to take profits off beautifully. Does anybody have any questions about this SAVA trade specifically?
Sweet. Oh, shit.
No questions?
Perfect.
No, Claudia, I did not trade VXRT today. One of our other moderators in chat, Alex, he traded VXRT today with a bunch of other members. I did not trade VXRT. Jason Harrell, my stop loss was underneath VWAP. My stop loss was underneath VWAP, Jason. Nice, Crypto Mako, in at 680, out at 796. Great job. Great job. Will it continue tomorrow? It definitely could. I mean, they had a real nice fundamental catalyst today. Positive news on their Alzheimer's drug. Yep, no problem, Jason Harrell. Yes, Jacqueline Alexander says, I reviewed the VWAP course last night and had a great day with SAVA today. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, Jacqueline. Great job. Really great job. Putting the lessons to work. Beautiful. Nice, Arhurst. Yeah, I did. I had a lot of patience with this, but I was never really tested. There really wasn't a moment here with this trade today. Like I was patient with it. I stayed in it, for 2 hours, but, I never really had a reason to worry. Do you take profits when the 9-day moving day, I'm sorry, Charles, I don't understand your question. Charles Memphis. I'm sorry, I don't understand your question.
All right.
What is float rotation, Bo? That's when a stock trades its float over in the course of a trading day. So let's say if a stock has a 10 million share float, if it trades 10 million shares or more, that's considered it rolled its float over, it traded its float, or it's called float rotation. It's another term. It just means that the stock has traded more shares. Just means the stock's traded more shares than
Are available.
Than are available in the float. Nice. Begin AL Champ, 1,000 shares today. Followed me in on that SAVA trade. Nice job. Well done. Nice. Crypto Mako got those Roku calls too, Wolf. What a day for you, Crypto Mako. Followed me on SAVA and followed the Wolf on Roku.
Yeah, you're going to do a lot better on Roku.
Very nicely done.
You're going to crush.
Let's see. How did I know to look at SAVA? I mean, SAVA was the leading gapper on the day, guys. I mean, it's just a leading gap scanner. So I just have a leading gap scan. It just shows me what stocks are gapping up the most on the day or what stocks are gapping down the most on the day. And then I'll take a look and see why is the stock gapping up. And then I saw the press release. It's just a typical leading gap scan. Lucky One, I got to tell you, man, I respect you. Lucky One, only 16 years old, is asking what's the best book to learn technical analysis. Unfortunately, this may come to a surprise to many of you. I've actually never read a trading book in my life. So I really can't give you any advice on a good technical analysis book to read. I don't know. I mean, Wolf, you don't even really use technical analysis, so I'm sure you don't really know of a good book.
I think I got somebody got me a technical analysis book for dummies. I don't think I've ever opened it. I don't even know if I have it. I think I gave it away to somebody. Yeah, I mean, look, the best way to learn is go through the courses on TTG. Actually, if you sign up for TTG 3, there's some basic stuff in there that'll get you started. And then you can make the jump. But, you know, like trying to read technical analysis is really tough. One, it's super dry. You know, it's like, hey, do you want to go back to like, I don't know, 11th grade algebra class? Or, you know, looking at like isosceles triangles and shit like that. I mean, it's really dry. You know, where on TTG, we've got the text and then we got the videos, which is very helpful. So, yeah. All right. Let's go over Roku before I fall asleep.
Wow, Chef Daddy Florida, my man, congratulations. Chef Daddy Florida says, guys, sign up to TTG. Don't miss the next big day of profits in chat. 28.11% gains today on my entire account. Boom.
Nice.
That's incredible. Great job.
I know Chef Daddy didn't get in Roku because Chef Daddy was like, oh, Roku. We were like near the low. Roku, he's like, Roku's going to fail. It's going to fall here.
Gustavo Melendez says, where should you go to see the float? Gustavo, you can go right to the stock profile section on our website. It has all the stock information and financial information on any company and any stock. It's right on our website. Or you can just find it on Yahoo Finance. You can find that information on Yahoo Finance. You can find that anywhere, really. Charles Memphis, I'm not sure who taught you that. So he says, Mike, I was taught to sell when the 9-day moving average crosses over the price action. You did not sell. How did you know to stay in? I'm not sure who taught you that. Just because the stock goes beneath the 9 EMA is not a sell signal. In this particular setup, it doesn't mean you just bail on the trade. You know, and this setup was for me, this setup was all about VWAP. This was a VWAP trade all the way. This is a VWAP setup, and your stop loss should have been below VWAP.
That's a weird sell signal for somebody to tell somebody else.
Yeah.
It's super weird. It's like, I can't even think of something that weird, or my brain is just not functioning at that high level. You seen pro traders, or did you see Furus getting crushed on SAVA today? You probably saw Furus getting crushed on SAVA, not pro traders.
Double B, my man. Yes. Double B says, I've been a member for 2 months. I'm already over 25K. Boom. Hell yeah, Double B. Marcellus, thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. No, Mitchell Kuchia, not really. I don't usually do that. No. Noble Eagle, you got that right, brother. Price action is king. Absolutely. Lucky One says, how much is it to join your group? Well, Lucky One, it's usually a 1-year membership is usually $2,048, but with the coupon code that's on the screen right now, TTG920, you can actually get a 41% discount. We have extended our Labor Day sale. This was our Labor Day sale, the 41% discount, which brings it all the way down to just $1,198 for the whole year. You can use that coupon code TTG920. We've extended it for this week. It's over on Friday. If you guys want to join True Trading Group for the full 1 year, what that will get you is going to be 1 year access to our chat room. Again, where I share my screen, I'm on the microphone talking to you guys live. So when I buy a stock, I tell you I'm buying it before I buy it. When I tell you I'm selling a stock, I tell you I'm selling it before I sell it. I tell you where I'm buying, where I'm selling. When I'm about to buy an option, I come on the microphone and I say, guys, I'm looking at the Apple 115 strike, September 18th expiration call options. I will always tell you guys what I'm doing before I do it. That's the key. Okay, full transparency in TTG. I tell you guys before I enter and exit my trades what I'm about to do. You guys get a full year of that, trading with me and the Wolf and the rest of the TTG fam live. You also get our mobile app, which is available for download on your iPhone or Android, where you can follow along with what we're doing in chat, even if you are not able to be in front of your computer. If you work a typical 9 to 5 or you have other responsibilities during the day that take you away from a computer, the mobile app is an absolute must for you. We understand that the majority of our TTG members have other responsibilities during the day. That's why we spent the time and the money to develop this mobile app so you can see our screen share, hear the audio analysis, and get real-time push notifications through the mobile app whenever we enter and exit trades. This way, you can follow along with what we're doing, even if you can't be in the chat room. You will also get access to all of our courses. And when I say all of them, I mean all of them now and all of them in the future. I am constantly adding new course material to our curriculum. As a member, you automatically get access to every piece of new content. There is no upsells in TTG ever. You get access to our beginner and foundation stock trading courses, our advanced stock trading courses, our intro to options, our advanced options, Trader Psychology Part 1, Trader Psychology Part 2, how to thrive during a market crash, and even how to do your taxes as a trader. All of those courses are included with your membership. And when I come out with a new course, if I come out with a new course next month, it's automatically included. It's not, hey, new course, but that's going to cost you an extra $300. Everything is included when you are a member of True Trading Group. You'll also get access to all of our webinars and workshops. I told you the Wolf is doing a pot stock webinar on Friday. I'm doing a private study mentor group on Thursday. As a member of True Trading Group, you get access to all of these events. These are virtual trading workshops, webinars, private study groups, mentor sessions. You get access to all of these extracurricular events as a full-time member. Okay, that is included. You get access to the Benzinga Pro newsfeed, the Squawk Box, our trade simulator. You can practice trading stocks and options with fake money. We have real-time level 2. We've got our premium blog, our TTG forum. I mean, guys, you get access to all of that when you use the coupon code TTG920 to get a 41% discount on a 1-year membership. And you will be able to then join me on my Thursday private study mentor group, and you'll be able to join the Wolf on his Friday pot stocks cannabis workshop. Take advantage of this coupon code before it is too late. Join me on Thursday for my private study group. Join the Wolf on Friday for his cannabis workshop. All right. Oh, awesome, Greg. Greg Vaughn says the alerts that Greg Vaughn, the guy from pitcher from Major Leagues. Briggy wants the righty. Greg Vaughn says, the alerts help me for when I do my day job. Thanks, guys. Greg, that's the whole point. That is the whole point, right? We understand that a lot of our members have other responsibilities during the day. All right? So again, guys, use that coupon code TTG920. Get that 41% discount. Join me in my private study mentor group on Thursday. Join the Wolf on his Cannabis Workshop Friday, and then be in chat trading with us live every single day. You could have caught SAVA today in chat, and you could have caught the Roku call options. SAVA, congratulations to everyone that capitalized on that trade today in chat. Now I'm going to pass things over to the Wolf, and we're going to talk about his Roku trade.
All right. Okay, guys. So, Roku. Now, this is a trade I actually put on at like 11:30 on Friday. So, because I had two trades. I had a 160, which I got out of today, this morning, and then I had the 157.50. All right. So on Friday, I did a little stream. You might have caught it at like noon, which in hindsight probably wasn't such a good idea because I was in Roku calls and QQQ dropped and then Roku dropped and, you know, I refreshed my screen and then boom, Roku is blowing up. But, you know, before I get into Roku,
Go away.
So, Mike, why are you covering your mouth?
If you knew what was going on right now in my office, you would. Don't mind me. Keep going, Wolf.
Okay. Hi, Danielle. So what I was saying was, you know, with that trade on Friday, I think we got in at 440. The thing dropped down to, I think, $3. And I wasn't even watching it, so I couldn't even monitor it. All of a sudden I refreshed and it was like down there. But I didn't panic. It was Friday. I had an extra week on it. Today I sold 470, 460, and then 441. And I probably averaged down on Friday. Well, I definitely did. But anyway, the point being, then we got into this trade today. So it was a profitable trade, but it's Roku, right? And I need you to understand that Roku is not something that you can just easily chart, okay? Look at this thing. This thing is a mess, all right? It's all over the map. What is this, just September? Mike, can you go to like July? Yeah, there you go. All right. It's a mess, all right? So when you trade Roku, I think it's important for you guys to understand Roku is one of the few stocks out there that if I get into it, you know, just like if you're trading a small cap or you're trading something that's just like ultra volatile, you have to be prepared to go down 20, 30, 40, 50% at some point. And not in a way where it's manageable, where it's like that, and all of a sudden you're just down. All right, because it's Roku. You know, if you like Roku and the huge moves it can give you up, you know, you have to understand that, you know, the same shit can happen on the way down. So that's why I never panic when I'm in Roku. You know, it's one of those that it defies the chart, and it's more of an understanding of the people that are playing Roku. And I'm not trying to get philosophical on you, but it is the understanding of the cult and the understanding of the market psychology and the hive mentality within that stock. Okay. So I waited all day. And I said on Friday that, after it had tanked, I said, man, I would have really liked to have gotten into the 157.50s. So today I just waited. I pretty much waited till the end of the day to get into those 157.50s. And so I'm just reading a comment. So finally I get into the 157.50s and they're just kind of hanging out. And now I bought them out of the money. So I waited till they got under 157.50. And then guess what happens? It's lunchtime and Roku does what Roku does. And we drop. And again, we drop so our entry was 420. And we dropped down to, I think, 350. We dropped $2. Okay. So the option goes down to, I think it hit a low at 310. It wasn't there very long. And then it was, quickly back up. And then for a good hour, it was just in like the 350 range. So not bad, 70 cents. But some people were like, I stopped out. All right. I get it. And there's nothing wrong with stopping out. That's first. Okay. But when they stopped out, and I hope they're not on the stream, but they probably are. I was like, and I'm looking, and I'm going under the assumption they got the same price or a better price than I did, because you can usually get a better price than I do. Because I'm Space Monkey. I'm always going to go first. And I was like, wow, it's down 8.8%. And I'm just like, man, you can't go into Roku assuming like with 10, if like the point that I want to make about Roku is don't trade Roku if you're scared of it going down $1. Definitely don't trade Roku if you can't see it go down $2. It's part of Roku, okay? But you have to understand, all right, how much time do you have? Like if it's a Thursday and my option is expiring on a Friday, that's a different story. And we play it completely different. But if you give me a week on Roku, I can almost guarantee that I'm not going to get myself in a stupid situation where I've got like 185 calls, 190 calls, like something crazy, and we're in like the 150s. You can handle a $10 drop on Roku. A lot of people in TTG can handle it. But the point that I wanted to make was, guys, Roku is something that you cannot chart. You can't. If you went off the chart for Roku, you'd never trade it. You'd never trade it because if you're like, oh, this thing looks like it's going to rip, goes the other way. Yeah. This thing looks like it's going to die. Like we touched like a couple of weeks ago. I'm getting messages and they were like, oh, this thing's going down to 135. 185. That's where it went instead. I made a $35 move from where it was. Actually, $40 move. And now we see, so now we got I held my calls. All right. I didn't have many of them. I have 20 calls. So whatever that is, it's like $8,000. Probably going to open up 100% tomorrow. And that's not a gloat. That's not boasting. It's just, if you're trading options, especially if you're trading Roku, you have to just be cold as ice. You have to you have to be like a serial killer with your money. Like, Everything's like water off a duck's back.
What? I've never heard of that phrase before.
You've never heard of the phrase water off a duck's back?
I've never heard the phrase water off a duck's back. No.
What the hell are you doing? What school did you go to?
I don't know, man.
Has anybody ever, who's not heard that? Do you know where that phrase, have you ever seen water on a duck's back, Mike?
Yeah, it just rolls right off it.
Fuck. Oh my God.
No, am I wrong? Is that not the point?
Yeah, it's a point. So
I'm sorry, guys. I don't know. Maybe I'm something wrong with me. I don't know.
Jake B. Roku pulled right into a key fib level today, which also lined up with a previous day's highs and then ripped. It can be charted. Okay. Okay. If you say so. If you say so. I don't chart it, and I don't think I don't think that there's anybody that trades Roku better than me, and I don't chart it. I mean, people in TTG, could you say that? Would I be telling tales out of school? I think that's another old timer's term. So, yeah.
Jason.
So anyway,
Jason.
yeah. What were you going to say, Mike?
No, some people are saying I'm dating you. I say, yeah, Jason's old.
Yeah, I am old.
Jason's an old man. I'm still a young buck.
Yeah, I got 2 kids. I'm old as shit.
I'm old as shit.
I got two kids and a gimpy leg.
Guys, does anybody have any questions about Jason's Roku trade or about my SAVA trade?
That's right, William Travis. Roku has channels.
Roku loves to trade in channels. I think that's why honestly, Jason, I think that's why you're so good at Roku. Because honestly, guys, Jason is one of the better channel traders that I know. And when Roku identifies a channel, I mean, it's like, just look at the chart. Like, look at this channel. Oops, that's the wrong drawing tool. Look at this channel. Look at this channel. Okay, now we have a new channel forming. You know, I mean, it's like,
yeah.
Roku loves to trade in channels, and that's why Jason is so good at trading Roku, guys. Because like I said, he's one of the better channel traders that I know.
And the thing about the channels is it's understanding the strength within each channel. Because I'll put it like this: so when Roku was around the 150s about a month ago, the channel was, for the most part, I'll give you the range, okay? So it was like 147, okay? Let me say, for TV purposes, 147, camera right, and then 160, all right? So that was the big channel. But now inside it, you've got 147 to 151 and a half. Then you got 151 and a half to 152.50, and then 152.50 to 153.50, which was like this no man's land. But if you broke that, then you're going to 155, and then you're easily probably going to get to 157, and then, you know, with a top at 160, and then you're out, and then you're buying puts, and then you're doing it all over again. And understanding the strength of each channel, you know, if you can make a lot of money. And in June, I was stalking Roku, and this is when it was 106. And I had already played the channel the last time it went from 106 to 130, and then it went back. And then we stalked it. The calls went like 1,000% that day. But what I was telling people, I was like, okay, look, 106 to 110. If it breaks 110, and I'm saying this when it was like 107, I go, it's going to break if it breaks 110, then it's going to be like dominoes. It's going to break 112 and it's going to break 115. It'll probably get to like 118. It ended up going to 120. And I said, well, if it gets to 120, then it's going to 130. When it gets to 130, then it pulls back. And it did exactly that. Just followed the channels. You know, so it's good for you guys to pay attention to, you know, certain stocks and just kind of, you know, make that your like go-to. You know, like Roku is like one of my tech go-tos. It used to be Roku and Twilio, or Twilio, but then Twilio just made this move where I was like, I can't chart this, or I can't channel trade this anymore. So, but yeah, guys, so that was fun. I hope that those calls open at $8. I suspect that they will, because we're $5 over the strike, right? What do you think? They closed at like 4. We were right at the strike, which is 157.50.
What's the expiration?
This Friday.
157, and we're at what? Wow, 162.
162.50. So they gapped up. It's up $5 after hours.
Yeah, so you're going to gain $5 in intrinsic, and you're going to lose probably $1.50 in time. You'll probably lose $1 in time. Yeah, you're going to be up 100% probably.
Yeah, and yeah, but you won't lose that. You won't get bang for the time decay if you can get out in like the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, if this thing opens up around 162, 163, you should be 100% gainer.
Yeah. Yes, that'd be nice.
Quick show of hands. How many of you are TTG members and you either caught SAVA or Roku? How many TTG members in here either caught SAVA or Roku? Just curious.
Cool. A lot of people in both.
Hell yeah. Awesome.
One of these days, I'll follow you on one of these small caps.
Yeah, one of these days. Look at this. Look how many people would look at this, guys. Brent Erickson, Freddie Sanchez, William Travis, Christina Chong, Greg Vermeulen, Paul, OG, FMC, Kenneth, 2% a day, Glenny Trades, Kent McHugh, Crypto Mako, JD Seafood, Reno, Bradley Cox, Jimmy Benson, Jacqueline Alexander, Diane Bessler, Margot Kiss, Reed, Small Cap, One Shot, One Kill, William Robson, Andrew Knutson, Mitchell Kuchar. Look at this, guys. Are you nuts? Incredible. Chef Daddy, absolutely beautiful. William Travis, Kent McHugh, Oliver North. Guys, great job. Look at all of your TTD members and crushed it today.
Yeah, guys, look at it like this. If you followed Mike's SAVA trade, and let's say you bought 1,000 shares, okay? What was your entry?
696.
Okay, and then what was the final take?
805.
805. Call it $1. All right, that's your membership. Okay, if you bought 2 Roku contracts, or 3. All right. So, all right, let's just call it 2 Roku contracts. $840, 841 with the commissions. Tomorrow, those contracts will be worth 1,600 plus, probably. There's your membership. There's your membership.
It's as simple as that.
You know, if you bought 10 contracts, or if you have 20, well, then you can buy memberships for 10 people, because somebody's going to make 16 grand profit tomorrow on that thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
great trade.
Better to be lucky than good. Hold on.
All right, guys. Does anybody have any other questions before? I mean, we kind of finished a little early tonight. Yes, Greg Vermeulen says, yeah, Mike, I made my membership today on SAVA. Yes, Greg, welcome to the family, brother. Great job today trading SAVA. Great job. Made his membership back. Mitchell Kucha says, best site I have ever joined, hands down, with it looks like 18 exclamation points. Mitchell, I'm glad to have you part of the family. William Robson says, I made my membership back in just 6 weeks after I signed up. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. $2 a day says, guys, there's a reason why members are here listening. Hell yeah. Greg, great job, man. Putting in the work. Greg, I just signed up this week. I'm already TGG certified. That's incredible.
Damn.
That's incredible, Greg. Great job. That's why you already made your membership back, brother. That's why. Keep putting in the work. Great job, Copper Hunter, taking the analysis and making a trade on Tesla. Great job, man. Really great job. Yes, Jimmy Benson, right? How awesome is it? Jimmy says, Mike's tier trading strategy has saved me so much heartache and has taught me not to be greedy. I love that tier trading strategy. I really, really do. Roderick Anderson says, how do you trade options? You know, how do you trade options?
Carefully. I
mean, listen, join your trading group and learn, honestly. Don't try to trade options on your own. Options are fantastic, but they're also very risky. You can easily double, triple your account, but you can easily blow your account up if you don't know what you're doing. So I highly recommend before you start to trade options, go through the Intro to Options Trading course. That will help you be able to identify strike price, expiration date, help you to account for, position size and risk and all of the different things that traders don't really understand when they get into options. So I really, really recommend that you go through the courses first before you start trading with options. Seriously, please. So many traders have gotten blown up trading options because they don't actually realize the risk they're taking on the trade. And they just completely blow themselves up. You can lose 100% of your investment in an option trade if you don't know what you're doing. So please, even if it's not from us, I don't care, but learn how to trade options first. Do not, and I repeat, do not just start going and trading options on your own without knowing what you're doing. Learn first. Now, I'm going to suggest to you guys to take our option courses that are on the website, but even if you're not a TGG member, please learn how to trade options first from a professional, okay? Don't just sign up to any random service. Make sure you understand the background of the person you're learning from, okay? But learn first because that's how you guys can blow up your accounts very easily. Casey Hope, this is TC2000 is what you're seeing. TC2000 is my charting software. I trade with Lightspeed. You can also trade with TC2000 if you want. Okay, they do offer brokerage services through Interactive Brokers. If you want to trade with TC2000, you can, but I trade with Lightspeed. I think Lightspeed has by far the best trade execution. Haynes, what do I think about Zoom? It's just too expensive, man. I can't buy Zoom up here for a long-term hold. I'm sorry, I just can't. I can't buy any of these names. DocuSign, Zoom. I can't buy any of these stocks up here at these valuations. What are you looking for tomorrow morning with Roku? I'm looking for a gap up, Heather. I'm looking for a gap up tomorrow.
I really hope that futures are just ripping. So the last time we got upgraded, we went from 148, and then I think we closed at 165.
Wolf, real quick, I got to interrupt you. Marcellus Martin. I hope I'm pronouncing your last name correctly. Marcellus Martin. Just paid my lifetime membership with SAVA. Marcellus, great freaking job. Great job. Paid
Nice
for
job,
a lifetime membership in one trade. The rest is gravy now, baby. The rest is gravy now. Marcellus, great job, man. Hell of an accomplishment. Hell of an accomplishment. Really, really great job. Rollin 20, how much money do you need to open an account? $500. $500.
Yeah, so
Jones, I'm not trading Boeing right now. Boeing's just not in play.
what are you talking about? I was just trading Boeing.
I'm not trading it.
I'm
not trading it.
I was complaining about selling my calls would have expired this week. I was complaining. So I had 160 calls. I think Thursday, and I might have been trading it Friday. No. Was I trading it Friday? I don't know. I traded it a lot. Yeah. Yeah, look, I think you have to start looking at transportation, aviation, airlines. Whether you like it or not, you got to start paying attention. Oh, and what I was saying about Roku, for anybody that's like keeping score, the last time, the last two times this thing got upgraded, it's on that day, it's gone up either 15. That was 2 upgrades ago. The last upgrade, it went $20. It went from 147 to 185 within the week. But on day one, it went up $20.
That's nuts.
I know. You got to understand the cult. So, like, I very well could see. And it's funny because you were saying today, you're like, this thing looks like it can go to 165 if it breaks 160. Well, now we're going to gap over that. I mean, you do the analysis. I mean, is 160, is that the 50-day right there? No.
The 50 days in the low 150s.
Yeah. That's just the trade line. So yeah. That thing can rip. That thing could get to 170. Trust me. There's going to be a lot of cheerleaders that bought 185. I don't even know what the short position is on Roku. If anybody has the short position on Roku, that'd be nice.
Let me see if I can find it. $7.36%.
No, that's not bad. I wish it was more.
59.7 million shares.
Oh. That's
2 weeks ago. So this number's 2 weeks old.
right. And they probably went short 185, so they're probably still short. Yeah, we could get a little mini squeeze. Who knows? It wouldn't shock me, but I think it would probably move up anyway. You know. So yeah. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, great stuff. Good live stream. Really good live stream.
See you tomorrow.
So, guys, again, remember, okay. Oh, Wolf, are you giving away something tonight or no?
Hand job. Yeah.
You are?
You give away a one-on-one.
All right, so here, guys, listen up. So here's the deal. So the Wolf is being generous tonight. Anyone that signs up with his coupon code is going to get a free one-on-one. Okay? So we'll put up his code again. There's the Wolf's code. So with using the coupon code TTG Wolf, you guys will get a 41% discount, and you will also get a one-on-one with the Wolf. Okay?
And you get a spot in the webinar on Friday.
Right. And you get a spot on the Pot Stocks webinar on Friday. Okay. So again, 41% off, a one-on-one with the Wolf, and attend his Pot Stocks webinar on Friday. Then, if you guys want to attend my study group, you guys can use coupon code TTG920. Okay. So that'll get you a 41% discount and the study group on Thursday. Okay. So again, study group on Thursday, and then the Wolf's Cannabis Pot Stocks webinar on Friday. Take advantage of this discount. This is our extended Labor Day sale. It will be gone on Friday. We've extended it just for a couple of weeks. With the Labor Day holiday, we extended it just a little bit. And then if you guys are not quite ready to join TTG full time and you want to try us out for a 7-day trial, you can do that for just $3. Go to ttgthree.com. Again, that's ttgthree.com. Now, listen, very important. As a TTG trial member, you will not get access to my study group on Thursday. You will not get access to the Wolf's Pot Stocks webinar on Friday. Okay? But you can come and chat 3 days. You can get those courses. You can see our trade history. You can use our due diligence tool. And you can be a trial member for those 7 days. But you will not be able to attend my study group. You will not be able to attend the Wolf's Pot Stock webinar. Okay? So that's it, gang. Great stuff today. I had a great time. Guys, if you haven't done so already, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, make sure to hit that notification bell. Make sure you guys don't miss out on any more of these live streams. I appreciate each and every single one of you. You guys have been great. I hope you guys learned something today about afternoon breakouts when it comes to SAVA. I hope you learned some stuff with options when it comes to Roku with the Wolf's trade, and we'll see what happens here tomorrow. All right? Have a great night, everybody. I had a blast.
See you later.
See you guys later.